Aloha and Tashi Delay from Kauai Tibetan Buddhist Dharma Center here on the island of Kauai in Hawaii. I'm Lama Tashi. We do this class every Thursday night, 6 to 8 o'clock, and it's zoomed worldwide and recorded on our website, kauaidharma.org. Tonight we're going to do teachings on various breathing techniques to encourage more energy in the body and clear obstructions, what we call the channels and winds or nadis. And also we'll do Vajrasattva practice. When we do these practices, the two ultimate purpose of the practice is to benefit living beings by alleviating their pain and suffering. Since pain and suffering is universal in this world, the lamas have the title of samsara. Samsara means preoccupied emotionally.
Oh, is it already on?
Using judgmental mind.
Owen.
When we do that, then the emotional conflicting energy of our mind, which is habitual, is what causes the pain and suffering. So all of these classes are to compensate in some way with that particular habitual tendency that we all have. The second purpose of Dharma practice is to attain realization of your own true nature, which in its reality, is beyond pain and suffering. And the simplicity of that is a complete lack of what we call a judgmental habitual tendency. By removing judgment, then you remove the obstacle of the emotions arising from whatever you are judging. And this means an end to what is also called subject-object dichotomy, or the apparent negative tendency of seeing everything separate from oneself and then thinking that the self is a reality. That's called the subject. There is no such thing as a self or soul. It's a concept. But by its arising through conditioned existence from the time we take womb and the womb birth and then start to grow and develop, this conditional situation around us causes us to believe that it's the only way things are. So slowly, we start to change through these practices, Sutra and Tantra, to encourage the natural state of our consciousness, which is free of judgment and therefore free of these negative conflicting emotions, which create pain and suffering, but more importantly, cause us not to connect to our true nature. So tonight we're going to start with the 3 lights practice, then do the 5 elements, and tonight we'll focus on the element of fire. Then we'll do Vajrasattva followed by Tumo breathing and other methods. First we take refuge, and we start with the altruistic motivation that everything we do is for the benefit of everybody else. Every being, every sentient being. Sentient beings are animals, humans, and spirits. And these 3 categories of sentient beings pervade our universe. They're everywhere. So first, the altruistic motivation. In order to attain enlightenment for ourselves and limitless sentient beings, our mothers, we now all together take refuge and offer prostration. We go for refuge to all the holy lamas. We go for refuge to all the yidams, which are the deities gathered in our sutra and tantric mandala practice. We go for refuge to all the Buddhas, those who have conquered the mind and gone beyond. We go for refuge to all this supreme Dharma. We go for refuge to all the noble Sangha. And we go for refuge to all the Dakas and Dakinis, who are the protectors and defenders of Dharma. All of these refuges and the three roots of Tantra cause transcending awareness to arise in our stream of being. Then the Bodhisattva practice of the six perfections prayer. To the Buddha, Dharma, and this Supreme Assembly, we go for refuge until enlightenment. May I, through merit gained from practicing these six disciplines, accomplish Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. Then we'll chant the altruistic motivation prayer in Sanskrit. Dagdang jowa namke tadang yampe semchem tamche dudine jungte jisi jengchu ningpo lachi ki bardu. Then the refuge prayer. Palden mama dampa nama chapsu chiyo yedam shokor gilatso nama chapsu chiyo Sanjay chong dende nama chapsu chiyo Dampe chur nama chapsu chiyo Kalpe Gendum Namla Chapsu Chiyo Kawo Kandro Chokyun Sume Sho Yesheki Shendang Dempa Namla Chapsu Chiyo. In the Bodhicitta prayer, Sanjay Chodang Choki Chognam La Jengshu Bardu Dagni Chapsu Chi Dagi Jinso Jipe Sonam Pi Jola Pinsher Sanjay Jupar Sho. These prayers precede each formal session that we do in practice of either sutra or tantra. And the sixth refuge prayer is when we do prostrations. Now, prostrations is actually the foundation, one of the four foundation practices called Nungjo of the sutra and tantric deity yoga practices. And when we say one of the four foundations, it simply means that all of these deity yogas that we do, based on Chenrezig and Tara, and then evolving into the what we call protector deities and Dakinis, all of these are connected to the prostration practice and then to Vajrasattva practice, which is called the purification practice. And we're doing that tonight. And then also making mandala offerings, which is an extreme form of generosity. And generosity is the first of the Bodhisattva disciplines. Then the fourth of the foundation practice is Guru Yoga, but a special Guru Yoga based on the Karma Kagyu lineage involving Kala Rinpoche and His Holiness Karmapa. When you complete these four foundation practices, or whether or not you complete them, if you just do them with the text each day, they increase the power of both the creation stage of deity yoga and the fulfillment stage, where we actually contemplate the nature of mind as voidness. So the Nungdo practice is highly recommended. And it's when I met Kala Rinpoche 1977 in a 2-day retreat, he started us with the prostrations and Vajrasattva practice with the text. He furnished the text. And then he taught us the 6 disciplines of the Bodhisattva practice and how important they were, including the connection to the natural state of mind we call Mahamudra. And he accomplished all that in a 2-day retreat on Maui of about maybe 9 hours a day, teaching and practice.
Wow.
We're going to start with the 3 lights meditation practice, and then do the 5 elements healing practice using the symbol of the fire element. We say radiation. And then we'll start with the foundation practice of Vajrasattva and Vajrayogini, which is what this tanka showed. This particular tanka was printed in the 90s so that we didn't have the formal ones like the Tibetan, like are on the wall behind me. So we had to make up our own. This one was actually made from a picture about maybe 2.5 by 3 inches wide. And it's called a wax print, made on a very special machine at the Children's Museum here on Kauai. But it was designed for making posters for the museum. So this came out really quite well. And the surface of it is actually wax printing, color. And it hasn't deteriorated, so that's about maybe 25 years old. It's moved with our Dharma Center. So sit with your back straight, hands in a comfortable position, either on the knees or in the lap. Head slightly tilted forward, eyes open or slightly open. Mouth closed, tongue resting against the palate. Bring your focus to your breath. Before you actually start the color code of the 3 lights breathing, just breathe normally down into your abdomen and slowly and deliberately. Inhale and expand this, make like a pot. Then exhale, then contract the diaphragm. Do that. Then start the 3 lights breathing by focusing on the air that you're inhaling into your lungs. Fills the lungs with white light. As the diaphragm expands, then you visualize the energy of the air passes through every cell, through your entire body as red light. Then you bring these 2 energy breaths together, the white and the red, and exhale blue light out the nose as a healing breath to all beings filling space. So we say, you exhale it to space or to the sky. Again, inhale white light, fill the lung. The energy of the air is visualized as red light through your entire body. Then you combine these two breaths, these two color codes, as blue light out the nose to space. By focusing on the breathing and imagining the color codes causes you to withdraw your habitual tendencies from the worldly activities of the day, and more importantly, to energize your physical and mental situation for practice. White, red, blue. You breathe like this until you notice yourself settling into a state of calm abiding. Then you take your focus off of the breath, collect the three lights, the code of the three lights, white, red, and blue, and condense them into a tiny particle and visualize that in the center of your chest. In the central channel, we call it Uma channel, in the middle of your body. Hold your focus on the particle and it will gradually disappear, fading into or connecting to the infinite light of the fabric of boundless space, the first dimension of energy or being. Sit like that, keep yourself to the present moment, and contemplate space, but with no center or boundary. This dimension is actually the foundation of what we call sunyata or voidness, which is the nature of mind and the nature of everything that appears in the universe. Of course, including your own body. Then reinvent the particle in the middle of your heart chakra. Move to the second dimension of being by inflating or visualizing the particle creating a small, clear light sphere of energy. It keeps expanding this sphere until it evolves into the element for the 5 elements practice, which tonight we're going to use a red pyramid, 4-sided with a base. Create that in your heart chakra about the size of your thumbnail. All right. Then visualize that 4-sided sphere labeled fire to move out in front of your body and up before your eyes, 2 feet in front. Expand it in size with your imagination to grow to a room size 4-sided pyramid colored red, and see your body sitting inside, just as you are. This way you receive the healing energy psychically presented to your own physical form. It's what causes the warmth of not only your body, but the warmth of the heart. From all of these different healing practices. Then keeping focus and your imagination together, expand this symbol in size to completely enclose the island, city, town, or a large area of where you're doing this practice. In this way, you are sharing the benefits of this energy to sentient beings and to the environment in that area. Then imagine it to grow in size to completely enclose Mother Earth, including her atmosphere. Then share this energy program by imagining it to grow in size to completely enclose our solar system. This is an area many billions of miles in every direction. Then expand it in size to completely enclose our spiral disc-shaped galaxy. Then go beyond the confines of your ordinary mind and imagine it to blend with the infinite light of boundless space. It's unimaginable, simply contemplate space. And to help your focus, keep to the present moment. In this way, you start to increase the capacity of the healing energy of your natural state, your natural mind. This ultimate state of healing is free of judgment and emotional constructs. In return, with the red four-sided pyramid labeled fire to enclose the galaxy. Reduce it in size is just enclosing the solar system. Then just smaller and smaller to enclose Mother Earth. Then very much smaller to just enclose the island or area where you are practicing. Then again to just visualizing your body sitting inside. Bringing the full life force energy of the universe into your situation. To end the practice, bring the symbol of fire, the small pyramid, to a small original size, 2 feet in front of your eyes. Then to chest level and into your heart chakra. Reduce it to a small sphere of clear light and smaller till it becomes a particle similar to an atom. And then relax in the present moment as it blends with the infinite light of the fabric of boundless space. No meditation. Contemplate the openness, the quality of space. To end your session, simply bring your awareness to in front of your eyes and spread it into your place of practice. And in the Tibetan tradition, we always dedicate the merit of whatever we do, everything that we do, whether it be formal practice or spiritual practice, or just ordinary everyday activities, to the benefit of all living beings. Who are our life support, family, and purpose for Bodhisattva training. Before we proceed to the next level of practice, which is the purification of practice of Vajrasattva, we're going to do an energy breathing practice to prepare our body for the rainbow body practice of the deities involved in the Vajrasattva practice. And this was taught by my teacher, Lama Namkai Norbu Rinpoche here in Hawaii. And his whole basis of practice in the Sutra and Tantric tradition was all about energy, constantly increasing the energy flow within and around the individual's body. And so he had what he called yantra practices. Yan means air, tra means power, or blending energy. And so he had many of these yantra practices, and he taught them. I had a video of him showing young, middle-aged, and old people together. So it'd be a young person, a middle-aged person, an old person, male or female. And he had many of these videos, but he always started the practice with what he called the 9 yantra breathing method. And so the activity of it is the use of light and space. It's called empty body breathing. When you inhale, you bring up the right hand with these 2 fingers and close the left nostril. And when you exhale, you bring your hand back down to your knee. And when you bring your arm up like this, he said, give it a little elevation. So you're getting a stretch in this part of your body. Then back down. Then the opposite hand with the inhale, close this nostril. Then as you exhale, bring the hand back down. So that's 3 times on each side. Women, you start with the left, men start with the right. So that'll be 6 of the 9 yantras, breaths. Then the final 3 is inhale, fill your body with light. And when you do that, filling the body, you only need to fill up to the throat. Then you exhale, you simply lean forward, not too far, and all the air goes out in a downward flow, and you have empty body, space body. Then as you come back up, you inhale, fill up with light. You do that one 3 times. So that's the 9 yantras. Now we're going to do it, and I'm not going to say or guide it. We'll just do it. Inhale. On the final inhale, the whole body is filled with light. Then sit for a few moments and breathe normally, aware of the increase or of the feeling, sensation that these 9 yantra breaths cause. His advice was not to perform the 9 yantras more than 3 times in one session, and no more than 3 times in a day. So 3 sessions a day. Preferably morning, middle of the day, and evening. Or whenever you feel you need energy. And this empty body meditation is actually the Mahamudra, or nature of mind, they call Dzogchen in his tradition, of actually realizing or preparing for the rainbow body practices of deity yoga, whether they be sutra or tantric practice. Now we're going to start with the Vajrasattva practice. And we're going to use the 2 deities, Chenrezig, Tara, in the Vajra family, which is called the family of union, or the state of no separation, or the state of non-duality, no subject-object fixation. That's called the Aksobhaya Buddha family. And the Buddha statue over my left shoulder symbolizes that. And when we do the 5 dhyana Buddha families, the Buddha family that in this chart is the top one. And when we associate this with the water element, that's the nature of the body, nature of the planet actually. We are symbolizing not only the purity and bliss that the water element symbolizes, but also destroying all negativity and the idea that anything is separate, which destroys the subject-object dichotomy, which causes us so much emotional conflict or judgment. Vajra family, Vajra symbolizes the symbol of the Vajra as the 5 elements and the 5 states of, we call ultimate awareness, present in the moment in your heart chakra, in your situation. So the Vajra is a symbol of indestructibility and is the male symbol. It has to do with the element of touch, the aspect of the skandha of form and the direction east. So when we say Aksabaya Buddha family, that whole energy program is called Vajrasattva and Vajrayogini in union, which is what this symbol shows. Seated in sexual union on a lotus, sun, and moon seat. And below them is an empty mirror. This symbolizes the mind in its purest state, with no rationalization. Not no thoughts, because you can't really stop the thought process, but you can go to the essence of the thoughts, which is like space, voidness. That's part of the Vajra aspect of Mahamudra. So we're going to do the Vajrasattva practice, which is to purify the body of afflictions, again, very similar to the 9 yantra practice, where all the emotional conflict we've put into our body since birth, or even from the womb, are to be forced out of the body, opening all of the light channels in the body. And when you visualize these obstructions leaving, they leave out the orifices of the body and the pores, and then sluice off the body down into the earth and become nectar for the beings that lived in the earth. So they're transformed, or we say recycled. Then gradually, with more and more of the mantra and the visualization of the 2 deities above the head, pouring this Amrita energy through our body, and we're visualizing it all negative obstructions, everything out. It can be like worms or bugs, or negative like dark sweat or whatever. But whatever comes out of the body goes down into the earth. It becomes food or nectar. It's actually an offering to the Nagas, the spirits that live in the earth. So sit with your back straight. And we'll start with the 5 positions. Hands and the knees are in the lap. Eyes open, mouth closed, head slightly tilted. Tongue resting against the palate. When you have these 5 positions, then bring your focus again to your breath. We'll do the 3 lights breathing with the 3 tantric sounds of Om, Ah, and Hum. Focusing on the breath. Inhale, the air fills the lungs with white light, and you hear the sound Om. The energy of the elements being processed through every cell in your body, as red light. You hear the sound ah. Then you bring these two lights and sounds together and exhale blue light out the nose as a healing energy to all beings pervading space. You hear the sound hum. Again, inhale white light, fill your lungs. Om. Energy through every cell in your body is red light. Ah. Combine these two vibrations and two lights together and exhale blue light out to all beings in space. Healing breath. Boom. We sit for several minutes, purifying just with this three lights, three sound, prana yoga practice. Again, when you feel yourself settling into a space of peace and tranquility, bring the three lights and the three sounds together into your heart center and create a tiny particle similar to an atom vibrating in the very center of your heart chakra. In being present and contemplating its merging with the infinite light of space. These two together are the creation energy of everything that exists in the mind and in the world around you. Then from space, again, imagine the particle in your heart center growing into a tiny sphere of clear light. Then growing larger and larger into a 5-color sphere of light. marked with the hum in the middle. The dark blue hum in the sphere create the mandala of the creation stage of the deity yoga of this particular sutra or tantric practice of Vajrasattva and Vajrayogini purification method. To receive the transmission, visualize or see the Lama in front. From the Lama's forehead, white light enters into your forehead and you receive the initiation or transmission empowerment of becoming the deity, rainbow body. Then red light from the Lama's throat into your throat is the empowerment or transmission of activating the mantra of this particular practice. Then blue light from the Lama's heart center to your heart center is the wisdom transmission of the total healing physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually that is a result of this practice. Then you see all three lights shining simultaneously into your three places, your forehead, throat, and heart chakra. Then the fourth empowerment is the Lama, is the nature of the deity, in this case Vajrasattva, Vajrayogini together, merges into you. Lama and deity inseparable, you become Vajrasattva in union with Vajrayogini. He is white and she is red. You can visualize the deities in any one of the 5 color codes. Tonight we're using Vajrasattva white for the clear light of the heart chakra. And she is red for the energy of the fire or radiation of how everything appears, both in your imagination or thoughts and through your faculty of sight, through the eyes. Then a dorje and bell appear above your head as the seeds of the 2 deities used in all sutra and tantric practice. The dorje attracts the deity of Vajrasattva with the sound hum. The bell attracts the deity Vajrayogini, red in color, with the sound of the vibration. Then these 2, the bell and dorje, disappear and Vajrasattva and Vajrayogini appear above your head. They become the manifestation of the purification of the light energy used in the practice with the Dharani, or we say long mantra of Vajrasattva, which is a prayer based on devotion, honor, and respect to the Guru, inseparable from these purification deities. As we sound this mantra, we visualize the Om, Ah, and Hum all come together in the heart. Then the blue Hum, encircled with 5-colored light, disappears, and the energies of the deities start to pour down from their place of union through our body, starting in the head, then the throat, then the heart area, in the navel, in the lower body, including the legs, feet, and toes. All of that fills with the light of the deity, and all negative energy out through the orifices and pores of the body, and then like sludge washes down into the earth and becomes nectar for the beings in the earth. Focusing on the two deities and their energy filling their two forms with light, then from their place of union into your Uma channel, opening towards the back of your head, so fills bliss and energy, clearing all the emotional blockage you've placed in your body since birth and all previous lives, all those negative tendencies out. And you say the mantra while this process method is being visualized. Om Vajrayogini, Vajrasattva, Samaya, Manupalaya, Vajrasattva Denopa, Tikta Trido Mebawa, Suto Kayo Mebawa, Supo Kayo Mebawa, Anurakto Mebawa, Sarvar Siddhi Memtrayasa, Sarvar Karma Susame, Sitsam Shriyam Guru Hom, Ha 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 Ho. Bhagawan, Sarvar Tathagata, Vajra Mame Munsa, Vajra Bhava, Mahasamaya, Sattva, Om Vajrayogini, Vajrasattva Samaya, Manupalaya, Vajrasattva Denopa, Sikta Drido Me Bhava, Suto Kayo Me Bhava, Supo Kayo Me Bhava, Anurakto Me Bhava, Sarvar Siddhi Memtrayasa, Sarvar Karma Susame, Sitsam Shriyam Kuru Hom, Ha 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 Hom. Bhagawan, Sarvar Tathagata, Vajra Mame Munsa, Vajra Bhava, Mahasamaya Sattva, Om Vajrayogini, Vajrasattva Samaya, Manupalaya, Vajrasattva Denopa, Sita Drido Me Bhava, Suto Kayo Me Bhava, Supo Kayo Me Bhava, Anurakto Me Bhava, Sarvar Siddhi Memtrayasa, Sarvar Karma Susame, Sitsam Shriyam Kuru Hom, Ha 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 Ho. Bhagawan, Sarvar Tathagata, Vajra Mame Munsa, Vajra Bhava, Mahasamaya Sattva, Om Vajrayogini, Vajrasattva Samaya, Manupalaya, Vajrasattva Denopa, Tikta Trido Me Bhava, Suto Kayo Me Bhava, Supo Kayo Me Bhava, Anurakto Me Bhava, Sarvar Siddhi Memtrayasa, Sarvar Karma Susame, Sitsam Shriyam Kuru Hum, Ha 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 Ho, Bhagawan, Sarvar Tathagata, Vajra Mame Munsa, Vajra Bhava, Mahasamaya Sattva, Om Vajrayogini, Vajrasattva Samaya, Manupalaya, Vajrasattva Denopa, Tikta Trido Me Bhava, Suto Kayo Me Bhava, Supo Kayo Me Bhava, Anurakto Me Bhava, Sarvar Siddhi Memtrayasa, Sarvar Karma Susame, Sitsam Shriyam Kuru Hom, Ha 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 Ho. Bhagawan, Sarvar Tathagata, Vajra Mame Munsa, Vajra Bhava, Mahasamaya Sattva, Om Vajrayogini, Vajrasattva Samaya, Manupalaya, Vajrasattva Denopa, Tikta Trido Me Bhava, Suto Kayo Me Bhava, Anurakto Me Bhava, Sarvar Siddhi Memtrayasa, Sarvar Karma Susame, Shriya Guru Hum, Ha 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 Ho, Sarva Tata Gata Vajramame Munsa Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manapalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tikta Jita Me Bhava Sutto Kayo Me Bhava Suppo Kayo Me Bhava Anurakto Me Bhava Sarva Siddhi Mantrayasa Sarva Karma Sutta Me Sisam Sriyam Guru Om Aho Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Vajramame Munsa Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tika Jita Me Bhava Sutta Kaya Me Bhava Suppo Kaya Me Bhava Anurakto Me Bhava Sarva Siddhi Mantraya Sarva Karma Sutta Me Sisam Sriyam Guru Om Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Vajramame Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manapalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Ita Jito Me Bhava Sutto Kayo Me Bhava Suppo Kayo Me Bhava Anurakto Me Bhava Sarva Siddhi Mantrayasa Sarva Karma Sutta Me Sisam Sriyam Guru Om Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Vajramame Munsa Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva The Lama and the deity are inseparable above your head, and this prayer is of an extreme honor, respect, and devotion to the Guru, symbolized by the Buddha Aksavaya above their head, of this state of no separation, everything interconnected. So everything in this practice is for everybody in the whole universe, all the animals and spirit, humans, all purifying together with you, all past negative tendencies and harmful activities from all previous lives up to this one, to this present moment. Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manapalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tikta Jito Me Bhava Sutto Kayo Me Bhava Suppo Kayo Me Bhava Anurakto Me Bhava Sarva Siddhi Mantrayasa Sarva Karma Sutta Me Sisam Sriyam Guru Om Aho Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Vajramame Munsa Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manapalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Ita Jito Me Bhava Sutto Kayo Me Bhava Suppo Kayo Me Bhava Anurakto Me Bhava Sarva Siddhi Mantrayasa Sarva Karma Sutta Me Sisam Sriyam Guru Om Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Vajramame Munsa Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manapalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tikta Jito Me Bhava Sutto Kayo Me Bhava Suppo Kayo Me Bhava Anurakto Me Bhava Sarva Siddhi Mantrayasa Sarva Karma Sutta Me Sisam Sriyam Guru Om Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Vajramame Munsa Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manapalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tikta Jito Me Bhava Sutto Kayo Me Bhava Suppo Kayo Me Bhava Anurakto Me Bhava Sarva Siddhi Mantrayasa Sarva Karma Sutta Me Sisam Sriyam Guru Om Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Vajramame Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manapalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tikta Jito Me Bhava Sutto Kayo Me Bhava Suppo Kayo Me Bhava Anurakta Mebhava, Sarva Siddhi Mantrayasa Sarva Karma Susame, System Shriyam Guru Om. Aho Bhagavan, Sarva Tathagata Vajramami Mansa Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva. Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manapalaya Vajrasattva Dinopa Tita Tita Mebhava Sudokaya Mebhava Subhokaya Mebhava Anurakta Mebhava Sarva Siddhi Mantrayasa Sarva Karma Susame System Shriyam Guru Aho Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Vajramami Mansa Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manapalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Dita Jito Mebhava Sudokaya Mebhava Subhokaya Mebhava Anurakta Mebhava Sarva Siddhi Mantrayasa Sarva Karma Susame System Shriyam Guru Om Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Vajramami Mansa Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manapalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tita Jito Mebhava Sudokaya Mebhava Subhokaya Mebhava Anurakta Mebhava Sarva Siddhi Mantrayasa Sarva Karma Susame System Shriyam Guru Aho Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Vajramami Mansa Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manapalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tita Jita Mebhava Sudokaya Mebhava Subhokaya Mebhava Anurakta Mebhava Sarva Siddhi Mantrayasa Sarva Karma Susame System Shriyam Guru Aho Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Vajramami Mansa Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manapalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tita Jito Mebhava Sudokaya Mebhava Subhokaya Mebhava Anurakta Mebhava Sarva Siddhi Mantrayasa Sarva Karma Susame System Shriyam Guru Aho Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Vajramami Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manapalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tita Jito Mebhava Sudokaya Mebhava Anurakta Mebhava Sarva Siddhi Mantrayasa Sarva Karma Susame System Shriyam Guru Aho Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Vajramami Mansa Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manapalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tita Jito Mebhava Sudokaya Mebhava Subhokaya Mebhava Anurakta Mebhava Sarva Siddhi Mantrayasa Sarva Karma Susame System Shriyam Guru Om Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Vajramami Mansa Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manapalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tita Jito Mebhava Sudokaya Mebhava Subhokaya Mebhava Anurakta Mebhava Sarva Siddhi Mantrayasa Sarva Karma Susame System Shriyam Guru Om Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Vajramami Mansa Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manapalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tita Jito Mebhava Sudokaya Mebhava Subhokaya Mebhava Anurakta Mebhava Sarva Siddhi Mantrayasa Sarva Karma Susame System Shriyam Guru Om Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Vajramami Muja Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manabalaya Vajrasattva Denova Tikta Jita Mebhava Sudukaya Mebhava Supokaya Mebhava Anurakta Mebhava Sarva Siddhi Mantoyasa Sarva Karma Susame Sisam Guru Om Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Vajramami Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manapa Vajrasattva Denova Tita Jita Megava Sudokaya Megava Supokaya Megava Anurakta Megava Sarva Siddhi Mantrayasa Sarva Karma Susame Sisam Sriyam Guru Om Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Vajramami Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva. The seats of the home is in Vajrasattva's heart center and Ram in her heart center. In this mantra, circles or ties the two heart centers together, then fills them with radiant light and down through the Uma channel, blasting through your body. And then each level could be filled the same way the five dhyana Buddha chakra centers are visualized, or the five elements. So you fill down, light comes in, fills in blue energy, then green, then white, then yellow or gold, and then at the bottom, green. So blue, white, blue, red, white, gold, green, just like this chart. Or you could think stages of bliss energy, replacing all that negative energy as you force into your body with all your negative emotion, judgments, and harmful activity, all of that. So many different ways you can use this practice. But the main part is to see the deity filled with light, then you, then all the negative out, and then down and transformed into the earth as nectar. Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manabalaya Vajrasattva Dinova Dikta Jito Mebhava Sudokaya Mebhava Supokaya Mebhava Anurakta Mebhava Sarva Siddhi Mantrayasa Sarva Karma Susame Sisam Sriyam Guru Sarva Tathagata Vajramami Muja Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinova Dikta Jita Mebhava Sudokaya Mebhava Supokaya Mebhava Anurakta Mebhava Sarva Siddhi Mantrayasa Sarva Karma Susame Sisam Sriyam Guru Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Vajramami Muja Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinova Tita Jita Mebhava Sudokaya Mebhava Supokaya Mebhava Anurakta Mebhava Sarva Siddhi Mantrayasa Sarva Karma Susame Sisam Sriyam Guru Sarva Tathagata Vajramami Muja Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Samaya Manabalaya Vajrasattva Dinova Dikta Jita Mebhava Sudokaya Mebhava Supokaya Mebhava Anurakta Mebhava Sarva Siddhi Mantrayasa Sarva Karma Susame Sisam Sriyam Guru O Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Vajramami Muja Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Okay. So whether you say this 3 times in a session, 7 times, 21 times, or 1 mile of 108 times, the purification of the practice is constantly working Once you get this rolling, then it starts to take place on your daytime activities, nighttime sleep, dream state, then time of dying, leaving the body, next life, purification as these tendencies arise that follow you like a shadow from one life to the next, constantly purifying as they arise. And if you continue this practice for a period of months, or actually it took me almost 2 years to complete 108,000 of 111,000 of this practice, you can be assured that the results will less and less of this negativity arising in your mind and in your life and the world around you. Even though suffering and pain is universal, in the natural state of your awareness, which is what you are doing with this practice, to purify or remedy this emotional conflicting energy program that we conditioned ourselves with since birth and in many lifetimes, thousands of lifetimes previously, will be dissipated. This is the most powerful purification practice in our tradition of Sutra and Tantric practice. Then after you've completed, say, 21 or 108 Vajrasattva mantras purifying, then you do the short mantra and the deities above your head you become. Always remember, Lama, deity inseparable. This is the rainbow body of the pure light of your own natural mind. And you are both deities. Then every sentient being in the universe is now visualized as Vajrasattva Vajrayogini, just like they were all being purified when you were doing the practice of your physical body. Then you say the short mantra of both deities. Om Vajrayogini, Vajrasattva, Ram Hum Pe, or whatever seed syllable the female deity was incorporating. Tonight we're using the red rainbow body of Pema Khandro. She's the fire Dakini, and her imaging her, everything you see with your eyes, everything you imagine with your third eye, your mental, that is that deity. Then Vajrasattva is the natural state of mind where there's no emotional construct, no judgment, no good, no bad, no high, no low, no middle ground defined, no not understanding, no delusion. This is the ultimate purpose. Then Aksobhaya is the guru above your head when you're saying the short mantra. Oh, and you say this mantra as many times as you did the long mantra in that formal session. Om Vajrayogini, Vajrasattva, Ram Om, Om Vajrayogini, Vajrasattva, Ram Om, Om Vajrasattva, Ram Om, Om Vajrayogini, Vajrasattva, Ram Om, Om Vajrayogini, Vajrasattva, Ram Om. Om Vajrayogini, Vajrasattva, Ram Om, 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 Om Vajrayogini, Sattva Ram Om, Om Vajrayogini, Vajrasattva, Ram Om, Om Vajrayogini, Vajrasattva, Ram Om, Om Vajrayogini, Vajrasattva, Ram Om Om Vajragini Vajrasattva 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 Ram Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Ram Om Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Ram Om Om Vajragini Vajrasattva Ram 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 Om Pay. End with pay, which means cut. Cut the idea of I, me, mineness, of the subject. When you've cut the subject, then all emotional preoccupation with objects is also cut with pay. Then you, as Vajrasattva Vajrayogini, receive the full force of all sentient beings in the universe as the deity, both deities, streaming into you from every direction. Then you, as Vajrasattva Vajrayogini, in union that way, disappear into the heart mantra. Om Vajrayogini, Vajrasattva, Mam, Hum, Pei. With Pei, you disappear the Vam and the Hum together in a five-color sphere of light into a tiny particle in your heart center. And again, join the instant fabric, blend with the instant fabric, instant light of the fabric of boundless space. Simply keep to the present moment and contemplate that natural state of awareness as bliss, no judgment. Whatever arises is the nature of your natural mind. Physical sensations, thoughts, experiences arise and disappear. Then when you end the second stage of the practice, the accumulation stage, contemplating what we call the infinite bliss of your own mind, and accomplish that by staying in the present, then you return as one of the yidams. Tonight we're going to return as the red Tara and say her mantra 21 times, then become Pema Kondro, which is the red Tara of the, or the fire Dakini, and then we're going to do the Tumo practice with this Dakini energy.
Why does that little voice in our head not need to take a breath? What is the best part of a cucumber?
Say again.
The worst part of a watermelon?
Can't hear you. Say again.
Okay, so I'm take that off. So I'm going to say again, we're going to do one round of the red Tara. And she's visualized red in color with the seats all Ram. Which looks like this in her heart center. And she is a discerning awareness of your own mind that everything you see or imagine is of this element of radiation or light, which is the life force energy of the universe, which is what we are generating in these practices psychically through the mantra and visualization practice of each method, whether it be the sutra or the 5 elements, or in this case, Tara. Tara's seat symbol is also Tom, which looks like the letter 5 with the dot over it. So we'll do 21 red Taras and become the red Tara deity, sitting peaceful, as shown here. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Ram So Ha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Ram So Ha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Ram So Ha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Ram So Ha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Ram So Ha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Ram So Ha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Ram So Ha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Ram So Ha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Ram So Ha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Ram So Ha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Ram So Ha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Ram So Ha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Ram So Ha. Then Tara goes from her sitting position into the standing position and comes the fire Dakini Pema Kondro. And we say her mantra 21 times. For this is the aspect of the fire Dakini used, and she is visualized with the Vajra pointed down, or Vajra knife pointed down. She is standing on her form. She's engulfed in flames, and she has a bowl, skull cup bowl, and she's drinking from that, and she has a staff with 3 heads over her left shoulder. And she's in a blazing dome of fire all around her, which comes up from the sun that your physical body she is standing on is between a sun and a moon disk on an 18-petal red lotus in the space of your mind. So you become this and say your mantra. Om Pema Kandro Ram Hri Pe. 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 Now you are Pema Kandra standing, drinking from skull cup, and the right hand with the Vajra knife pointed down towards your physical body you're standing on, symbolizing cutting all attachment, ego fixation. This one, the bliss of your natural mind. All 5 Dhyana Buddhas present, 5 jewel crown, dressed in bone ornaments, naked, in a dome of fire. Then the energy of this goes to all the 6 realms, 4 spirit worlds, and wherever animal and humans take place. Then you start with 3 clearing breaths. Remember, use the hands to energize, and I'll do more guidance with the other postures as we go through the practice. 3 clearing breaths. The first one is think Om, the second one Ah, and the third one Hum. Place the palms on the knees. Inhale, grasp the thumbs. Inhale harshly out the nose. Extend your fingers. Inhale. Fingers around the thumbs. Exhale harshly. One more time. Inhale. That's Om, Ah, Hum. Now the 3 purification breaths. We're going to start with the 3 internal purifications. And when you do this, you inhale, hold your fingers around the thumbs, and think there are 3 red balls rotating inside your pot, your belly extended, diaphragm extended. And we're going to go 3 times to the right and 3 times to the left. Inhale, extend, diaphragm, hold, then move the body to the right, back, left, front, right, back, left, front, right, back, left, front. So you think these balls are rolling around inside, purifying. Then exhale. Then do the 3 to the left. Exhale. And we start the Tumo breathing by visualizing a tiny point of light 4 fingers below the navel, inside the central channel. When you inhale and hold the breath, you extend your diaphragm. See that light come up the central channel through each chakra, merge with the white sphere of light back at the Uma channel. Those 2 blend together and drops of colored light come down into the forehead, throat, heart, navel, sex chakra, and rejoin as the particle red light there. Exhale. Try it. Inhale. Diaphragm extended. Hold your breath. The point of red light up the central channel. Merges with the white moon. The drops come down each chakra. Head, throat, heart, navel. Rejoin. Exhale. Now without my guidance. Inhale, do that. Again. Inhale, extend the diaphragm, make the pot. Curl your tongue back towards your top roof of your mouth. Up. Blends with the moon, the drops come down. Voidness in the head, voidness in the throat, voidness in the heart, voidness in the navel, voidness in the sex chakra. Exhale. Red light up. Drops of voidness down. Inhale. Ascend. Now what's taking place is the energy of the base chakra is filling each of these centers with blazing light and then merging with the infinite light symbolized by the moon at the opening of the Uma. Then they create drops of light that dissolve each Buddha family in each of your chakras. So the Aksabhaya Buddha family disappears, then each Buddha family, Vairocana, this one, Amoghasiddhi, Vairocana, Ranasambhava, Amitabha. Then exhale. Then pack, light up to here, then disappear as the drops come back down. This time hold your breath and go up and down as many times as you can hold your breath, either slowly or fast, up to you. Inhale, make the pot, hands around the thumb, tongue against the palate, squeeze the sphincter, up. Another way of doing it is you can go Ram, Lam, Vam, Yam, Mam. Ham is the moon. Hum, Ah, Om, Cham, Hri, empty. But the light going up and the drops descending, creating voidness. As many times as you can go up and down with one breath, then exhale. Inhale. Remember, you're a red Vajrayogini the whole time you were doing this. That's the practice. Then the energy of the pot breathing, together with the ascending and descending light, and you being the red Dakini, energy going to all 6 realms, is the process. Then also you can take short breath through the nose while you're holding your breath, like this. That'll help you to hold longer, maybe 2 or 3 times, pack in more air to your lower abdomen. Tongue back towards the palate and squeezing the sphincter increases the energy of the heat. Inhale. Rest a moment. Repeat. Inhale. Rest a moment. One more time. Inhale. Hold. Arise. And relax. And when you relax in the heart chakra, feeling the warmth of the bliss of the fire mother, Pema Chondro, in your heart. As the life force of space, like the sun's life force for our solar system, infinite. You're resting in a state of clear light, manifesting this in the present moment, and moving in that state of openness, clarity, voidness, and highest intelligence based on compassion, accomplishing Mahamudra. The natural state of your own mind. The highest state of intelligence is the Buddha of Tumo. This fire Dakini is Amitabha Buddha, which is a state of discerning awareness, gaining full realization that your natural mind is infinitely more appropriate than your relative drama mind. And what is the energy of the Dakini? Well, in spiritual practice in Tibetan Buddhism, the Dakini is the highest energy, symbolizing not only the five elements, the natural world around us, but connecting to the five, we call five states of wisdom or highest intelligence, the Dhyana Buddhas, energy fields. And there are 100 of those Dakinis in each of the five Buddha families, both peaceful and what we call protector Dakini. They are infinite in number, and they are like the boundless radiation of a supernova. That secondary idea of the supernova is the elemental energy of the universe, and that's the worldly activity of the Dakini in celestial situation. Then we have the Dakinis of the demigods, elemental spirits that control the life force of plants and like algae, things in the ocean and on the land and in your body. Those are called the elemental Dakini. These are all in the worldly situation. Celestial realms of Indra, Brahma, Shiva, as taught in the Hindu tradition, those type of Dakini. Then we have worldly human Dakini. And these are women, and they pervade all the races of the planet. If you say, what is a worldly Dakini, I would think of Mary, who taught Jesus, as a worldly Dakini. I would think of my mother as a worldly Dakini. My wife, Abigail. So we have many representations. Translators of the Tibetan Buddhists women that do the translations for the Lama. Very powerful spiritual worldly human Dakini. So those are the 5 classes of this energy, which is infinite, always pervasive, timeless. It connects us with the 2 words, so and ha. And the 2 types of energy, which we use the sound ah and the sound a. Ah is singular, a, everyone, everything. Om tar tutari turi ram bri soha. Om tar tutari turi ram bri soha. Om tar tutari turi ram bri soha. Om pema kandu 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 ram bri soha. So this is highest spiritual Anatura Tantra Yoga Dakini energy. And they carry out all the Buddha activity of all the Buddhas of the past, present, and future. They and the Dakas and the Dakinis are the protectors of the 5 Dhyana Buddha family. Understanding this brings good health. Activating it with practice, good health. Generating it for the benefit of all beings in our environment, good health. That's shamanism. So tonight we finish the practices with the refuge prayers taught by Kala Rinpoche, and then we'll do the final refuge prayer. The first dedication prayer I'm going to read was given to us on Maui in 1977. Goes like this. By the power of these virtuous activities and these practices, and the love and kindness of my parents to me, and the teachings of Bodhicitta, the 2 Bodhicittas by my Lama, and my commitment to all my Vajra sisters and brothers in this tradition, and the connection between myself and all men and women, possessions, and even those of beasts of burden from which I take milk and yogurt to drink, and all the animals whose flesh, bloods, and eggs I eat, to all of these without leaving one behind, may they quickly reach the sublime and perfect state of Buddhahood. May I never be discouraged through weariness or other causes. May I gain the ability to effortlessly bestow whatever is desired by human beings, especially those who are poor, hungry, or thirst. May I take upon myself the great burdens of beings who suffer the unbearable torments of hells and other miserable realms. May all these beings attain liberation. May the Buddhas, lords of the Dharma, who possess the 3 Kayas, the Nirmanakaya, the Sambhogakaya, and the Dharmakaya, and the 10 wisdoms, and all the gurus, lamas, and yidams, dakinis, dharma protectors, and others, may they all witness with kindness this dedication of merit to the benefit of all sentient beings as my mothers. In this and all my lives, by all meritorious deeds of body, speech, and mind, may each and every one activity be transformed into occasions for spiritual progress. May all these emotional defilements be transformed in this way. May all appearances arising before my mind come under my control. For my own sake, may all beings attain the Dharmakaya. For as long as samsara is not emptied, may I achieve a great wave of good deeds for the benefit of others. May I achieve this by the means of the 2 form kayas, the Sambhogakaya and the Nirmanakaya, with vast enlightened activities for all sentient beings, my having trained each and every one according to his or her own needs. May all these beings to be trained live in appropriate times for their spiritual progress. May I be skilled in means with regard to arranging auspicious circumstances. May all my connections with sentient beings be meaningful. May this ocean of samsara called endurance become empty. May all attain the clear light of the Dharmakaya. May I achieve this all-pervasive nature and dedicate the merit of that, just as the Buddhas of the past, present, and future have dedicated merit. Until the enlightenment of Buddhahood and reaching human maturity, may I be born in good families, be free from illness, possess clear faculties, and conduct myself with morality, introspection, and good manners. May I be respected by all. May I fulfill all the hopes and wishes of all beings I have connection to. As long as I have not manifested enlightenment, may all harm from disease, evil spirits, harmful forces, sorceries, human activities, wild animals, demons, and the four elements become completely pacified. May my lifespan and merit increase. May glory and wealth become vast. Then my renown as a Lama equal the sky. May all activities of body, speech, and mind become beneficial for all sentient beings. And may this ocean of samsara become quickly empty. May I attain perfect enlightenment. Kewa di nudu da, shagya champu jugirne, chowa chingting malu ta, de sala ko parsha, sanjay kusum dimpai jimla dam, choni megur dimpai jimla dam, yandu miche dimpai jimla ki, chitar gom mom 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 ju parsho. By this virtue of having realized Mahamudra, may I quickly place each sentient being in that state, by the blessing of the three bodies of the Buddha being complete, by the blessing of the truth of the Dharma itself being unchanging, by the blessing of the wishes of us, the Sangha, being unwavering. May this and all dedication and prayers be fulfilled. May all beings be happy, free of suffering, established in bliss and equanimity. May all the lamas have long life, good health, happiness, and prosperity, and may all their wishes be fulfilled. Om Ahum, Om Ahum, Om Ahum. Aloha, Tashi Delay, Tuchi Che, thank you very much for a lovely 2-hour session. May all your dreams be auspicious. Aloha.
Aloha. Thank you so much. Thank you, Abby. Good night.
Good night. Be safe.